Tonight, something feels different. I walked past the old house at the end of the street, the one everyone avoids after dark. Its windows glowed softly in the moonlight, but there was no movement, no sound, nothing alive to disturb the stillness. I felt a strange pull toward it, a quiet curiosity that made me step closer, careful not to make a sound. The air near the walls felt heavier, carrying a faint, familiar smell, like a memory I could almost remember but couldn't quite place. Each step I took seemed louder than it should have been, yet the world remained still, as if holding its breath along with me. I noticed the rustle of leaves far away, the faint hum of distant lights, and the gentle swaying of an old shutter, and every tiny detail made the house feel alive, not in a threatening way, but in a way that demanded attention, a quiet awareness that I couldn't ignore. As I imagined stepping inside, the rooms unfolded in my mind. Dim corridors lined with empty chairs, hallways that seemed to stretch into endless darkness. And yet something felt off, almost as if the house itself were aware of my presence, watching me softly without moving. A painting on the wall appeared to shift slightly when I blinked, its shadow stretching longer than it should, curling along the textured plaster. The imagined floor creaked beneath my feet, drawing attention to every sound, every whisper of the wind brushing against old curtains. I was not afraid, only aware, my senses heightened, noticing details I usually ignored. The air smelled faintly of old wood, dust, and something sweet that I couldn't name. I took a slow breath and reminded myself, "You are safe. Nothing will harm you. Just notice." I imagined moving through the house slowly, each step deliberate. In one corner, a window allowed moonlight to spill across the floor in long, uneven lines. Shadows twisted softly along the walls, and I felt a strange comfort in noticing them. Somewhere in the distance, a door opened slightly on its own, a gentle creak echoing through the halls. I froze, holding my breath, listening for anything that might follow, but nothing moved. The house remained silent, patient, observing, not threatening. I realized it wasn't trying to scare me. It simply existed in its own quiet way, aware of me as I was aware of it. And in that realization, I felt a calm wash over me, a gentle understanding that even in strange, unsettling places, safety can exist quietly, without drama. I whispered to myself, "You are safe. Everything is okay. Just notice." I imagined walking past small rooms, each filled with subtle details. A rocking chair that moved slightly, though no wind touched it. The faint scent of flowers long dead, the soft tapping of a loose shutter somewhere high above. My mind lingered on these tiny details, observing slowly, purposefully, letting each one settle before moving on. With every observation, my breath became slower, steadier, my body relaxing, letting go of tension I didn't even realize I was holding. I could feel the quiet presence of the house in every corner, and I allowed myself to welcome it, not as a threat, but as a silent companion. "You are calm, you are okay, you are safe," I repeated softly to myself, letting the words sink into every thought, every pause between heartbeats. Stepping toward the back of the house, I imagined the hallway stretching endlessly, each shadow a gentle whisper, not a warning. A faint glow came from a small lamp on a table, soft and golden, illuminating a stack of old books and a chair turned at an angle. I paused to take it all in, noticing the stillness, the quiet patience of the space. The house had nothing to demand of me. It simply existed, and I existed with it, noticing, breathing, observing. I felt a strange connection to the emptiness, to the silence, as if it reminded me to slow down, to let go, to simply be. Another soft whisper escaped my lips. Nothing is expected of you. The night holds you. I imagined leaving the hallway and stepping outside into the soft glow of moonlight on the street. The house remained behind me, silent, still, aware, but not threatening. I felt lighter, my shoulders loosening, my breath slow and steady. The rustle of leaves in the gentle wind sounded like soft music, guiding me further from the house, yet carrying its calm with me. I noticed the rhythm of my heart, the rise and fall of my chest, and I realized that the night itself was teaching me something, that even places that seem strange or unsettling can offer peace if we simply observe and breathe. I whispered once more, "You are safe, you are calm, the night is gentle." By the time I walked to the end of the street, I carried with me a soft sense of reassurance. The house had watched, yes, but it had not harmed me. The shadows, the silence, the subtle movements, all of it, had only reminded me of the stillness I often forget in my own life. I felt a quiet power in noticing, a gentle strength in being present. Even as the street returned to its normal, empty calm, the memory lingered softly, like a secret whispered in the wind. A reminder that awareness itself is comforting, that silence can teach, and that sometimes the quietest, most unsettling places hold the deepest peace. Tonight, I was safe, calm, and quietly at ease, and the memory of the house whispered one last gentle reminder: in stillness there is strength, and in observing without fear there is peace. If you enjoyed this quiet journey and want more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe and join me for the next whispered adventure.